Shabbat Shalom, Boker Tov, and good morning. We welcome you to Congregation Emeth for our Shabbat service as we celebrate the Bat Mitzvah of Rebekah Emily Latin, Rivka Ilana Bat Yoel. The Bat Mitzvah ceremony is an acknowledgement that a young person has reached the age of mitzvot. That means she has reached the age of being responsible for herself morally and ethically. Today, Rebekah will be leading most of our service, reading from the Torah, our most sacred text, and sharing her insights about what we're reading. This demonstrates years of hard work, learning our traditions, customs, history, and our prayer service in Congregation Emeth's religious school and Hebrew school. The learning was intensified this past year as she worked to apply her education towards this special day. However, this day is not only about Rebekah. This is the Shabbat service of Congregation Emeth. I welcome Elizabeth Baseman as cantor to join Rebekah and me as your Shlichei Tzibur, your prayer leaders. I hope all of you have a copy of our Siddur, our prayer book, because we will not be showing the Siddur on the screen. If you didn't download it, go back to your notice of the service and download it, and then rejoin the service so that you can fully participate. If you're unfamiliar with the prayer book, when you look inside, you'll see the prayers are written in Hebrew letters, followed by a transliteration, meaning how the Hebrew is pronounced in English, and then a translation below telling us what the Hebrew words mean. You'll also hear us refer to Adonai. Adonai is the Hebrew word we use for God. The actual name for God is unpronounceable, and Adonai, or God, or Holy One, or any of the other names we might use, all refer to the one and only source of blessing. All of our prayers have the community response of Amen. Amen comes from the Hebrew word meaning emunah, which means faithfulness. When we respond Amen, we are saying, me too, or I agree, or please let it be so. Even though your microphones are muted, please join in the communal readings and the communal response of Amen, because your audio connection to God is unmuted. To lessen the computer time for this morning's service, I've included a brief introduction or explanation of the prayers we are about to chant. We now begin with Ma Tovu in our prayer books. We turn to page 3 for our prayer for restoring the soul, the morning prayer, thanking God for allowing us to wake up.
Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi, tehorahi. Elohai הנשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא.
We now turn our attention to Rebekah as we conclude these introductory blessings and formally begin the Shabbat morning service. Rebekah, before we begin, it's my privilege to present you with your talit. As we approach the time of your bat mitzvah, we began talking about your talit, and it turns out that the talit you wanted happened to be exactly the talit I owned. But I couldn't comfortably wear it because it's too small for me. I selected it for myself because it has the tree of life on it, which you see in our backgrounds. And the atara, the neckband, has the words in Hebrew, Etz Chaim hi lamachazikim ba. It is a tree of life for those who hold fast to it. An artistic rendering of the tree of life is the feature of our ark doors in our temple, and I give this to you with the prayer that you will proudly wear it because it links you to your ancestors, to your temple, and to me.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishani b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hita eth batzitzit.
We turn to page 4 for our morning blessings. At the end of each blessing, we will all say Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lasek v'bina l'chachim ben yom u'ben layla.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rokah haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamekin mitzadei gaber.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, mobish arumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanaten le'ayev koach.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir sheina me'inai u'numa me'afapai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, b'tselem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani bat horim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. We now sing together on page 5, Psalm 150, the final psalm in the book of Psalms. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Judaism has never been a system of belief alone. Judaism is enacted faith. When a child reaches maturity and becomes a bar or bat mitzvah, we do not say that he or she has reached the age of belief, but rather the age of action, a son or daughter of mitzvah, which means commandment. To be a mature Jew is to be an acting Jew. Judaism is a system of mitzvot, commandments, and you can no more be a wonderful Jew with sentiment alone than you can be a great baseball player in your heart. To teach our students about this fundamental principle, they participate in the Year of Living Jewishly. Now Rebekah will tell you about her year of engagement with the commandments during her year of living Jewishly.
The Year of Living Jewishly is a program where I was given a mitzvah every week and the task to fulfill that mitzvah as much as possible. This was meant to teach me that mitzvot can be done anytime, not just on Shabbat or religious holidays. There are many opportunities to do mitzvot. I also learned to use the kindness of my heart to be a good member of this community. Some of the mitzvot I did regularly were help others with schoolwork, go out of my way to be kind towards people, be inclusive, and help my parents. A mitzvah that I did that gave me a special satisfaction was writing to congregants. Especially with the impact of COVID-19, I went out of my way to check up on some people in our congregation, and it felt great just by itself. I didn't think people would write back, but I was wrong. Reading their words brought me great joy, and it felt like I did something right. To understand their gratitude meant the world to me. From keeping the journal and participating in the Year of Living Jewishly, I learned that it is good to be kind to others, even if they aren't kind towards you. I don't have to keep the journal anymore, but because of what I learned from this program, I expect that I will go out of my way to be a kind and helpful member in our community.
In keeping with our tradition, a bar bat mitzvah celebrant expresses gratitude for God's blessings by dedicating a portion of their monetary gifts to a recipient of their choice. This is called tzedakah, or righteousness. Rebekah will now describe the recipient of her tzedakah.
A portion of the gifts I receive will be given to a charity of my choosing. I chose to donate to Magen David Adom. Magen David Adom is an Israeli organization, much like the Red Cross, that helps people who have been injured in terrorist attacks and other disasters. With COVID-19, the organization has been in the front line helping all of Israel fight through this pandemic. I wanted to donate to Magen David Adom because what they do helps people all around Israel. Without their help, more lives would be taken away. I chose Magen David Adom as my tzedakah recipient because the frontline heroes in our society have been a big influence on me. These people risk their own lives to help others be safe, healthy, and happy. Without their efforts, many wouldn't be here with us today. And with the impact of this pandemic, these people need to be more appreciated than ever. To support this, I will donate at least 10% of my gift money to Magen David Adom so that they can continue to help save lives all across Israel.
If you would like to support Rebekah in supporting Magen David Adom, the address is in your Siddur. Be sure that you indicate your gift is in honor of Rebekah, and her address is also included in the Siddur. We turn now to page 8 for the prayer that bridges the early morning service to the formal part of our service, the Reader's Kaddish.
Yikara v'yikara shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ba'alma divra hirutev yamlich malhutev. V'hayehon u'v'yomechon u'chayeda kol beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'vizman hariv v'maru.
Amen.
Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'alamu al me'amaya, yitbarach. Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei dekudashah
Ruichu.
le'elam mikol berchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nehemata dar Miriam Belma Vimaru.
Amen. And now we formally begin the service with the call to worship. If you are able where you are to rise, I invite you to do that now. Page 9. You may be seated. We continue at the bottom of page 9.
Ahava Rabba Havtanu Adonai Eloheinu Chem Lagedol Avitera Chamalta Aleinu Avinu Malkeinu Ba'avur Avotenu Shebatchu Becha Avinu Malkeinu V'telamdem chukei chaim Ken techanenu tlamdenu Avinu ha'av harachaman Hamrachem rachem aleinu V'ten belibenu lehavin ulehaskil lishmoa lilmod ulelamed lishmor velasot ulekayem et kol divrei Talmud Toratecha be'ahava.
Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. We turn to page 10 as Rebekah leads us in the Shema, which will immediately be followed with the V'ahavta, both coming directly from the Torah.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם בלבניך, ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובחומך, וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים אליהם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We continue on page 11, Micha Mocha, the Song of the Sea.
Bye bye bim bim bye, bye bye bim bye, bye bye bim bim bye, bye bye bim bye, bye 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 bim bye, bye 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 bim bye. Micha mocha balim adonai, micha mocha yador bakodesh. Rati lot, oh sekele, Rati lot, oh sekele, Shira hadasha, shiru ge'u, Veshlicha, osafat hayam, Yahakurot, odu vehim vehu, ve'onu, Adonai loch le'olam va'ed, Adonai loch le'olam va'ed. Bye bye bim bye, bye bye bim bye, bye bye bim bim bye, bye bye bim bye, bye 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 bim bye, bye 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 bim bye.
We now turn to page 12 as we begin the tefillah, literally the prayer, our central part of our service where we approach God.
Adonai sevav tiftikach ufi agite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, Ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Ha'gibor, Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Mekonei Hakol, Bezoher Hasteavot, Be'imot, we may be Geula Lifnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol, Atarav Le'Oshia, Morid Hatal, Mechachel Hayim Behesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Avim, Somech Noflim Berve Holim, Umatir Asurim, ומקיים אמונתו משני עפר, ניחמך בעל גבורות, ומדום אליו למית ומחיה, ומטמיע ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
Page 13.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, מדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ורחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. בשבחך אלוהינו, מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Page 14.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu, ve'amecha Yisrael, u'tefilatam be'ahava tikavel,
Amen. We join Rebekah in leading the prayer offering gratitude to God for all that God has done for us. The bottom of page 14.
We thank you and acknowledge that you are our God and God of our ancestors. You are the rock of our lives and the power that shields us in every age. We thank you and gratefully tell your praise for our lives which are bound up in your hand, and for our souls which are in your keeping, and for your miracles which are with us every day, and for your wonders and goodness in all time, morning, noon, and night. You are goodness. Your mercies are never finished. You are compassion. Your love will never end. You have always been our hope. And upon all of these, your name will be blessed and raised up. Our ruler always and forever, and every living thing will praise you and will praise your name in truth. God of our salvation and help, blessed are you, Adonai our God, the good one is your name, and to you we give thanks.
Amen. We continue praying the words in our heart. There is a closing paragraph on page 15, which you're welcome to read as well. We continue at the bottom of page 15, a prayer for peace.
Oseh Shalom Bimrama, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael. 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 Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael.
Amen. We are now going to begin the Torah service. At this point in the service, I would call the bar or bat mitzvah's parents and grandparents to participate in a ceremony of passing the Torah from one generation to the next, as a way of demonstrating each generation's connection from the one past to the one to come. Today, we aren't physically passing the Torah, but we are nonetheless passing it symbolically during this Torah service. We begin the Torah service on page 16.
Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam
We continue on page 16.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol, Adonenu Gadol Shemo.
We are now going to begin chanting this week's Torah chapter. Rebekah spent the past 6 months, maybe more, learning how to read from Torah, which has no vowels and no punctuation and no musical symbols as you find in this Siddur. While she's disappointed that she cannot chant these words from the Torah today, they are still words of Torah, and I assure you that she is fully capable of doing so. She has mastered not only this Torah reading, but Congregation Emeth can look forward to her continuing reading from Torah for us in the future, because this young woman is practically sight reading from Torah. We are now going to begin the service by calling up our first Aliyah, Ya'amod, Reuven Gedalia Ben Avram Yitzchak, La'aliyah Harishonah. We honor Richard Latin, cousin of our Bat Mitzvah, for the first Aliyah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Olam, Asher Bocha Bonu Mikol Hamim, V'notan Lanu Torat Emeth. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Vadaber Miriam ve'Aharon ve'Moshe Odod Haisha Hakushit Asher Lakach Kisha Kushit Lakach Vayamaru Harach Ach Ben-Moshe Diber Adonai Halo Gambanu Diber Vayishma Adonai V'Haish Moshe Anav Me'od Miho Hadam Asher Al Pinei Ha'adamah.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Olam, Asher Bocha Bonu Mikol Hamim, Asher Notan Lanu Torat Emet, B'chei Hayom Ota B'ruchenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Yasher Koach. We now call our second Aliyah. Ta'amdu etel Surah bat Avram Yitzchak, Esther Shulamit bat etel Surah v'Yisrael, Lazar u'Matzila, Hadas bat etel Surah v'Yisrael Lazar, La'aliyah Hashniya. We honor Ellen Latin, Amy Lesoff, and Stacy Lesoff, cousins of our Bat Mitzvah, for the second Aliyah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher Baruch Banu Mikol Hamim, V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Vayomer Adonai Pidom El Moshe ve'el Aharon ve'el Miriam she'u shloshtehem Elohel Moed Vayitzu Shalashtam Vayered Adonai ve'amud Anan Va'amud Petach Ha'ohel Vayikra Aharon u'Miriam vayitzu shenehem. Vayomer Shimuna Devarai Im yeh Nevi'achem Adonai B'mar'ah Elav et vada B'halom Adaber bo.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam, nata b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ta'amod Chana Bat Moshe La'aliyah HaShlishit. We honor Nancy Latin, grandmother of our Bat Mitzvah, for the third Aliyah.
Baraku et Adonai Barak.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bakabanu mikol hamim el estarano et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Lokein Avdi Moshe Vobeti Eman Hu Pe El Pe Adaber Bo Umar'eh Velo Behidot Utnumat Adonai Yabit Umadua Lo Yaritem Vadaber Abdi Ben Moshe Vahi Ha'ah Adonai Bam Vayelach.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natavanu Torat emet v'ha'ei along b'tcheheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. For our first three aliyot who came to the Torah, we offer the following blessing. May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, bless all who have been called to the Torah with reverence for God, for Torah, and the Shabbat. May the Holy One watch over them and the members of their families, bringing blessings and success to all of their worthy endeavors. And let us all say, Amen. Yamdu Yoel ben David Vachana La'aliyah Harivu'it. We honor Jay and Susan Latin, parents of our Bat Mitzvah, for the fourth Aliyah. Jay and Susan, please join us.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Ve'anan sar me'ahel vehine Miriam mezorat kosheleg vayifen Aharon el Miriam vehine mezorat vayomer Aharon el Moshe bi Adoni na tashet aleinu hatat asher no'alnu asher hatanu alna tihi kamet asher betzeto merehemimo vayehel hatsi vesara vayitzach Moshe el Adonai le'emor el na rafanallah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata b'tachenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Jay and Susan, please come back. and stand next to Rebekah as I offer both of you this parent's blessing. May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, bless Susan and Jay, parents of our Bat Mitzvah. We thank the Holy One for the strength granted to them to raise their child so that she could reach this time. Guide them to recognize their child's new responsibilities as an adult Jew. Bless them with joy and fulfillment on this day and every day, and let us say Amen. And it's okay for you to kiss her at this moment. We will wait. Don't leave, because I want you to stand. Jay and Susan, come back. I want you to stand with the Bat Mitzvah as she chants the Maftir Aliyah. Tamod, 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 Habachura Habat Mitzvah, Rivka Ilana Bat Yoel Maftira. We call our Bat Mitzvah Rebekah Emily Latin for the fifth and final Aliyah. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Ba'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Ba'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamin, and natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayomer Adonai el Moshe v'avicha, Yarach befanecha, Halo Tichalem Shiva Yamim, Tisager Shiva Yamim, Mihuz B'machane, B'achar Teyasev, B'tisager Miriam, Mihuz B'machane Shiva Yamim, B'ha'am lo nasa ad Teyasev Miriam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata betokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Don't leave yet. I offer you this blessing. May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, bless Rivka, Ilana, Bat Yoel, Rebekah, who has come for an aliyah upon reaching the age of mitzvot, with reverence for God, respect for Torah and Shabbat. May the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, protect and sustain Rivka, Ilana, Bat Yoel, helping her to be wholehearted in her faith, to study Torah and fulfill mitzvot, and to walk in God's ways. May Rivka's parents rear her to maturity, guiding her to the blessings of Torah, chuppah, and a life of good deeds. May Rebekah find favor before God and the community, and let us say Amen. And we ask all of you at home to join our cantor in throwing kisses, and if we had candy, maybe, maybe not, with Siman Tov and Mazel Tov. The words can be found on the bottom of page 19.
Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Yehelanu. Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Yehelanu. Yehelanu, Yehelanu. Ulecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael.
Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. We turn now to page 20 for the prayers for the sick. As individuals, we all know pain and loss. It is the rare person who escapes sorrow. But when one of us hurts, others are there to offer comfort. Communal tragedy is different. When something bad happens to us as a community, whether that is a school, a town, a people, or a country, we struggle to figure out how to tend to our own wounds while taking care of each other. Drawing on compassion, empathy, justice, and love, we can bring out the best in each other and perhaps find a theology of hope in the midst of despair. We ask the Holy One of Healing to bless all who seek comfort and solace on this day, to heal our family and friends, to heal our community, to heal our country. We ask Adonai, our God of our ancestors, to send perfect healing of both body and soul to Harav Yahya Avraham ben Miriam, Lexi David, Philip Cochran, Philip Peterson, Sherry Barney, Barbara Braun, Magda Brown, Harav Mel Young, Harav Aharon ben Tova, Patrick Eder, Sarah Cantor, Pastor Lee Tyler, Joanne Hamill, Shelley Canario, Bob Meir, Sam Curtis, Juan Reyes, Joel Salmi, Michelle Simmons, Al Mescal, Jeffrey Margolis, Diane Bresner, Helen Ray, Esther Siebert, Mindy Bat Yisrael Tzvi Vitema, Karen Harris, Harav Rani David HaKohen Ben Hindi Aliza, the Harav Moshe, and I will pause a moment so that you can add your own names to this list. We also ask God's protection for all those serving in the United States military and all those serving in defense of Israel. We also ask God's protection for those in essential services that are enabling most of us to live out our quarantine in safety and security. We pray for the doctors, nurses, police, and fire departments, hospital chaplains, ambulance drivers, and other hospital employees, all those who are providing food in the fields, the grocery stores, delivery services. We pray for protection for them, for our families, friends, and loved ones, for our entire country and our Emeth community. Page 20. Refuah Shlema. We also offer this blessing, this prayer for our country, composed for this time by Rabbi J. Sherwood. Our God and God of our ancestors, bless our nation and our inhabitants. Protect its citizens from all threats, both domestic and foreign. Bring blessing, health, and prosperity from sea to shining sea. Guide our people to walk in your ways as you prophesied to Jeremiah, to act with kindness, justice, and righteousness throughout the land. O God, be our beacon of kindness. You teach us through the wisdom of King David that the world is built on kindness. May racism, anti-Semitism, misogyny, homophobia, and all other forms of hatred be uprooted from our land, and may you fill our hearts with empathy and love. May our nation welcome the stranger and the immigrant, give aid to the poor and the hungry, and care for the underprivileged and the disenfranchised. We ask that you draw us and the leaders of our nation nearer to your kindness. As we strive to act with kindness, justice, and righteousness, so may our country, its inhabitants, and its government strive to be a light unto the nations. Amen. We complete our Torah service on page 21.
It's Chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivotecha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha V'nashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem.
To prepare for her bat mitzvah, Rebekah studied the traditional trope or musical notes for reading Torah and practiced for this day to prepare to chant the words as they are written in the Torah, without vowels, without musical notations, even without punctuation. She continued practicing without vowels until the final decision to celebrate her bat mitzvah with a YouTube service. In addition to learning how to read this, the bat mitzvah celebrant must also know what she is reading. So for the past year, Rebekah has been studying how to read and also has been meeting regularly with me to decipher the deeper meaning of the text and to create her own interpretations, which she will now share with you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
In the beginning of Parshat Beha'alotcha, the Eternal One gives instructions on taking care of the menorah in the sanctuary, as well as concentrating on the jobs of the priests and the Levites. It gives details on the procedure for any Israelite who misses bringing the Pesach sacrifice, and it describes the Israelites' journey through the wilderness. Next, when the people complain about their diet of manna, Moses asks God why he has laid the burden of everyone upon him. He is told to appoint 70 elders to help share the leadership. At the end of the chapter, Miriam and Aaron speak against Moses for marrying a Cushite woman. They also insist that, like Moses, they are prophets too. As punishment, Miriam is stricken with a disease like leprosy. Aaron and Moses both plead to God on her behalf. Finally, she is cured after being excluded from the camp for 7 days. After studying this parasha, I was interested in the conflict between Miriam and Moses. Miriam and Aaron talk about Moses for marrying a Cushite woman, but in my opinion, it's not the fact that she is Cushite that makes them upset. It's the fact that Moses is neglecting her and his family, putting his role and his work above his own family. What do they do about him? They go in front of the camp and challenge Moses instead of having this talk in private. This could lead to people going against Moses or spreading rumors about him. Then, when God confronts Miriam and Aaron, God punishes Miriam. At the end of the chapter, Moses forgives Miriam for what she did. Without even talking things out, he forgives his sister for talking bad about him in front of everyone. We know this because he prayed to God on her behalf. I don't think he would have done that if he was still resentful towards her. Why did he forgive her? What did Miriam really do? What really is forgiveness? I want to dive deeper and really understand what forgiveness is and about Miriam's actions. I also want to understand what it takes to forgive someone who had did you wrong. What Miriam did to Moses is called Lashon Hara, which is translated to evil tongue. Usually when we speak about Lashon Hara, it is about gossiping. But in this case, even though they are criticizing Moses to his face, they did it in the presence of the entire camp. We all speak Lashon Hara at times, whether it be telling a friend that your boss spilled coffee on his shirt at work, or talking about the massive breakup between the two popular kids at school. When we do talk about others, however, we don't really think about the consequences that come with it. Talking about someone behind their back can lead to many consequences, such as people spreading the rumor or assuming that something isn't true when it may not be. In the Torah portion, Miriam tells everyone about Moses neglecting his family and his wife. As a consequence for her actions, Miriam got punished by her skin turning into white scales. Even though in modern times we wouldn't get white scales as a punishment for speaking Lashon Hara, it still serves as a good example of the proof that nothing good ever comes out of it. Let's shift away from Lashon Hara for a second and start to understand what forgiveness is and how these two things tie in together. First, we should understand what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is when you stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone who has wronged you. It is a social action that happens between people. It helps repair relationships and bring it closer to the conditions they were before. Forgiveness plays a big role in Judaism. For example, the holiday Yom Kippur focuses on apologizing to people who have wronged you and forgiving people who have hurt you in the past. We also apologize to God for our wrongdoings and mistakes. The person you apologize to might not want your forgiveness. If you ask 3 times and they don't forgive you, then it's okay to move on. If someone asks you for forgiveness, do you have to forgive them? Sometimes you will ask for forgiveness and other times someone will ask you for forgiveness. However, it's not always that easy. Not all relationships can be fixed, and that's okay. There are levels to forgiveness. One of them is letting go. When we are hurt by a loved one, we'd rather just let go our estrangement and forgive. Remembering the love we once shared, sometimes love can overpower the hurt and we let it go. Lashon Hara is a very common way to hurt someone. When we do Lashon Hara and it hurts someone's feelings, it's best to apologize for your actions. Like I said before, we speak Lashon Hara sometimes in our lives, but we don't really mean to hurt others. If those people who have been hurt can forgive this action and understand that we are all human, we can remember the love we once shared and moved on. An example of this happened very recently. One of my friends got mad at me. She made a thread of video saying a lot of bad things about me and then posted it on social media without my knowledge. When I found it, I was very hurt by this and pushed myself away. A week or so later, she came up and apologized for her actions. She took down the videos and no more people could see it, and she told me that she understood that what she did was wrong. I thought about this Torah portion and the Sefer Torah, which I was working at the time, and I thought it would be best to forgive her, and that's exactly what I did. In my Torah portion, Moses forgives Aaron for talking bad about him. What I believe played into this is him remembering how much they love each other and the warmth they shared in the past. Even if Miriam didn't exactly apologize, she learned a valuable lesson, and after all the hurtful stuff Miriam spoke, Moses still forgave her. Next time you speak Lashon Hara, think about the impact it might have on someone and how they feel. Lashon Hara can be damaging to others, as we learned. We should all do our best and try not speaking Lashon Hara so that everyone can continue to have a good bond. If someone does speak Lashon Hara about you, it's okay to forgive them when they apologize to you. It's also okay to let go of your resentfulness when they aren't looking for your forgiveness. If someone reaches out to you knowing that their actions weren't correct and asks you for forgiveness, forgive them. It's the best that we can all move on from our mistakes and start a new chapter in our lives. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Yasher Koach, as we say, which means go from strength to strength. We now continue our service with actually the concluding prayers, Aleinu, which can be found on page 22. If you are able to rise, please do so.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula l'yozer bereshit, shalo asanu k'kilei ra'asot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, v'lo sam hachinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'kol hamonam, v'nachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Livnei Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Notesh Shamayim, Yosed Aretz, U'Moshav Yakaro Bashamayim Ma'al, U'Shchinat Uzo, V'Gavei Meromim, Hu Eloheinu Einod, Emeth Malkeinu Efezu Ato, Kakatu, the Torah, Yadat Hayom, Vashveota, Yalevaveha, Ki Adonai, Hu HaElohim, Bashamayim, Mima'al, Ve'al ha'aretz, V'yitachat, Einod, V'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, V'melech al kol ha'aretz, V'yom ha'hu, Yiyeh Adonai echad, U'shmo echad.
Even in times of joy, we remember those who gave our life meaning, those who passed at this time in years past or recently. And today we remember the yahrzeit, the day of death of David Rosenthal, uncle of John Jenkins, Warren Frank, father of Penny Dubeck, Isaac Mellon, father of Madeline Altman, Ronald Erickson, husband of Ruth Erickson, Joan Crompton, mother of Paul Crompton, Joseph Fram, father of Rebekah Kaminsky. If you have other people that you are holding in your heart, you may say their names now. And if you are mourning or observing a yahrzeit, or if it is your custom to stand, please do so and join me on page 23 for the Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Shalma Divra Chirutei v'yamlich Malchutei v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael v'agala uvizman kariv v'yamru Amen.
Amen.
Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mavarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha b'richu.
Richu.
Le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiron b'alma v'yimoru.
Amen.
Yehei Shlomo Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'monav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen.
Amen.
You may be seated. We've come to the part of the service, Rebekah, where there are some people who have some things we'd like to share with you. And I begin by calling on Peter Mandel, the president of our congregation, who will present you with gifts from sisterhood. our Beit Sefer religious school, and from the congregation.
Hello, thank you so much. You did a wonderful job. You're clearly a remarkable young woman. I particularly enjoyed in your Devar Torah something that's always struck me as amazing, that the lessons of the Torah are relevant thousands and thousands of years in the future of when they were first inscribed, and you were able to bring that to all of our lives very vividly. So thank you, beautiful job. And in recognition of that, we have a number of gifts for you. One is a lovely certificate, which we can't share right now over Zoom, but I'll read to you. It's a certificate of Bat Mitzvah to certify that Rebekah Emily Latin, Rivka Ilana Latin was called to the Torah as a Bat Mitzvah on Shabbat Beha'alotecha, June 13th, 2020, which is the 21st of Sivan, 5780, in the presence of the congregation Emeth in Morgan Hill, California, signed by myself. As president of the congregation, I'm also pleased to present to you a Kiddush cup that is, and it's magically being presented to you right now, long distance. I still have mine from when I was bar mitzvah, and I use it every year, every Sabbath, and on Passover. So hopefully you'll keep that with you and enjoy it for your future. The education committee wants to present to you Shabbat candlesticks, which again, I've also used all my life, and hopefully you will as well. The Emeth Sisterhood is presenting you with a menorah, which, wow, that's a large menorah, which you can enjoy at holidays again throughout your future. And as we've already witnessed, the rabbi was gracious to present you with a talit at the beginning of our service. So wonderful job. It is wonderful having you and your family as part of our congregation. And I'll also point out that this is the very first time that I've ever seen someone having an Aliyah chorus. You get to have the less off Aliyah chorus doing an Aliyah. I think that was pretty exciting. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rebekah would now like to take this opportunity to express her appreciation to a few people.
There are a lot of people in my life who have helped me get to this point that I am today. And I want to take a moment to thank them for everything they have done for me. I want to start off with my parents, my biggest supporters. You guys have been there for me every day of my life and have helped me through my hardest challenges. I don't know where I would be today if it weren't for you. Thank you for giving me this gracious life I get to fulfill and the memories of joy that I will never forget. Next, to my little brother, Noah. I will never forget the first time I met you and the fun, cheerful times we experienced together. Whenever I was down, you would be there to cheer me up. Thank you for always being there for me. I am so glad to be your sister. To my Nana, Grandma, and Grandpa, you have all been there since the very beginning and have given me some of the happiest moments of my life. You have given me so many stories that I will share to many generations to come. You all went out of your ways to be here for me, and it means so much. Thank you for everything you've done for me. To my family near and far, you all have been a part of my life and made me feel special. You guys helped me understand who I am as a person. Thank you for being my family and for being an important part of my life. There will always be a big place in my heart for you all. Next, to my Hebrew teachers, you shared so much knowledge with me that will continue to be a part of my life. You are all the reason I am here to lead the service. Thank you for teaching me everything I needed to know. This certainly couldn't happen without you all. To Liz, my incredibly talented cantor, you went out of your way to help with all the technical stuff in this service. You are an amazing person, and your help means so much to me. Thank you for being my cantor. You will always mean a lot to me. And last, but certainly not least, my amazing rabbi. You have been there for me since I can remember. Whenever I was in a big distress, I would seek your help and you would give me amazing advice. You influenced the person I am today. You helped me for months, preparing me for one of the most important days of my life. You're not only an incredible rabbi, but an incredible friend, and you mean so much to me. Thank you for everything you've done. None of this would have been possible without you.
Thank you, Rivka. We now invite Rebekah's parents, Jay and Susan Lattin, to offer their prayer for you on this special day.
Yeah.
My darling Rebekah, words cannot express the pride and the joy that my heart holds for you today and every day. I pray you continue to grow into the powerful woman that you already are. I pray that your confidence grows while remaining kind and loving to all of those around you. I pray you see yourself as we see you, beautiful on the inside as well as the outside, capable of anything you put your mind to. You are growing up so quickly, and I pray that you never lose your wide eyes and your big heart. I pray you draw to you all the love that you give. I pray that you never lose sight of God and His love. You are amazing, and I thank God for blessing us with you. I love you so much, baby.
It's hard to go after that, but anyway, I'll try. Rebekah, we are so proud of you as you complete your bat mitzvah, your passage to womanhood. Rebekah, you are amazing in so many ways. As you embark on your future, I pray that God watches over you and keeps you self-assured and willing to take chances. For those who don't know, I cried at my bar mitzvah too, so just understand. This is a gift that separates you and gives you limitless options in your future. I pray that He continues to encourage you to try new things and that you grow in spirit, voice, and education. Always remember to give it your all in everything you attempt. For if you do that, then you will be successful regardless of the outcome. Okay? Know that your family loves you unconditionally and that we will always be here to support you. And lastly, we love you so much and pray that you have a long and healthy and fulfilling life.
And if you turn back to page 19 in your Siddur, don't leave, parents. Come back, parents.
We're here.
We turn back to page 19 as we always, it is our custom to thank God for keeping us alive, sustaining us, and bringing us to the season with the Shehechianu, page 19.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman
So Jay and Susan, I can't be there to put my hands on Rebekah's head as we offer the priestly benediction. So would you do that for me? And Rebekah, feel the cantor and I with you as we offer the special blessing first said 3,000 years ago by the first high priest, Aaron, the brother of Moses.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom.
May God bless you and guard you. May God show you favor and be gracious to you. May God show you kindness and grant you God's most precious blessing, the blessing of peace. Amen. Our Our service is almost over. We have a few announcements. Peter, do you have some announcements you would like to share with the congregation before we leave?
Yes, so we, not many, but just a few. One reminder is that the 2019-2020 pledges are due by the end of June. These are the pledges for the previous year. Most of you have already done that, but just a reminder for all of us. The Tikkun Olam Committee is meeting June 16th. New members are welcome at any time, so please continue coming out to that. We just recently had our town hall where we do a sort of a state of the temple discussion, and that also included thanks to the leadership of the temple that's stepping away from the board, as well as welcoming our new board president and new board members. So I'd like to invite you all to join us on the Sabbath service of June 19th to enjoy the service, as well as the installation of the new board of directors. That's it. Those are all my announcements. Thank you.
Thank you. So we turn to page 24 for Ein Kelohenu.
Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mi Kelohenu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kemokeinu, Mi Kemoshienu, Nudel Eloheinu, Nudel Adonenu, Nudel Elokeinu, Nudel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu.
So before our Kiddush and Motzi, our blessing for the wine and bread, I want to thank Liz Baseman. Elizabeth, thank you so much for all of your guidance and counsel in the weeks leading up to this day, your technical advice, and you're so appreciated also for your beautiful chazanut, your beautiful singing and working with Rebekah. Thank you, Peter, for all of your assistance and support as well. And to everyone who participated in our service. We're so glad that the wonders of technology allowed all of you from near and far to be present for this joyous time. Our Oneg Shabbat will continue following the service. You received a link on Zoom where you can zoom in afterwards and say hello to the Latin family and express your own personal congratulations. I want to offer a special Mazal Tov to Rebekah's parents, Jay and Susan Latin, to her brother Noah, her grandparents, Nancy Latin, and David and Margaret Christensen, and all of your family, both near and far. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Kiddush is found on page 24, which will be led by Noah and his sister, Rebekah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen. And the blessing over the bread. Can you hold up the challah?
We put
Put it right in front.
okay. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Amen, amen. Mazel tov to everyone. Our Shabbat service is now complete. Shabbat shalom.